what is actually happening in the body when the body heals itself?
Well, first of all, it's important to understand that the trillions of cells in your body are vibrational focal points, so to speak, like trillions of consciousnesses in your body. And they are in communication with the source energy part of you. You accept that, or maybe you do. We want you to understand that your Earth spinning in its orbit in perfect proximity to other planets is about intention that is focused about it. And we want you to understand that the well-being of your physical apparatus has that same attention upon it, so that it is normal that you thrive. So it isn't that it works to thrive, it is that it is natural to thrive. And so anytime you are thinking thoughts, your thoughts are affecting the communication between that source and your cells. So when you say you are doing energy work, meaning you're coming into alignment, focusing upon their apparatus and using the influence of your alignment to assist them, still you are only as effective as your ability to get them to relax and get out of the way. So what a true energy worker is someone in relationship to their own body who's deliberately thinking their thoughts, because your energy is moving through you in response to the thoughts that you are thinking. It really is as simple as that.
What happens at the cellular levels? You know, when the healing does or it doesn't happen, what makes the difference? What happens when they decide they want to be healed that happens at that cellular level? Does it go down and actually talk to the consciousness of the cell and say, let's do this?
What happens is there is a release in of resistance, which is the only thing that is preventing their desire from being answered to begin with. The thing that's a little tricky about it is that it's hard for anyone else to understand the true intent of anyone. Let's just assume, for sake of what you're asking here, and it is logical to most, that when someone has a disease, something that they do not want, that they would like to release that from their experience. But it goes back to what we were saying in the very first words that we offered today. Your attention to what is often prevents what you really want from happening, because what is so dominant in so many experiences. And so it is a matter of releasing the thought that is holding you in the resistance to the well-being that you're wanting. So we want to talk not about the disease, but to talk about the wellness, to turn the attention to what is wanted. But you see, it isn't attention to illness that is causing illness. Oh, it is once the illness happens. Then it's hard not to give your attention to the illness. But it is not the attention to illness that brings about illness. It's attention to unwanted things of a variety. In other words, it's being off in the weeds about that, and 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 off in the weeds about that. It is a habit or a momentum of putting yourself in the place of resistance about a lot of things. There is just a general attitude of unworthiness that abounds in the physical environment that springs forth from people not getting what they think they want and assuming that there is something outside of them that is preventing them from getting it. And so they assign themselves this feeling of unworthiness because their logic tells them that if they were really doing what they should be doing, then they would really be getting what they're wanting. And so it can be complicated, the reasons why, but it is always accompanied with negative emotion. It is a fixation upon a subject that disallows the natural energy from flowing in the way that it would if you were not doing that thing that you're doing that's preventing that from happening.
Okay.
The path to wellness is not identifying and isolating disease. We know in the physical format it feels like it is, but that's part of that that we're talking about. Just don't try so hard to manage the cork. Oh, cork, you're under the water now, and I want to identify why that is. I don't know why you're choosing to be under the water like you are, but when you let go of it, oh, what are you doing back up there, cork? When we talk about getting out ahead of things, you can get out ahead of it even when you're in the midst of it. You're powerful now is the intersection or the junction where you and all that you desire meet that larger part of you who has already heard you and answered you and is living the solution that you're looking for. So your problem meets your solution now. Your question meets your answer now. It's all happening right now. Accept yourself as a vibrational being. That is the answer to all of the things that you are looking for. To accept your vibrational nature rather than your physical nature. Now get your attention off of what has manifested and upon the vibration that is causing the next and the next and the next and the next. If thoughts are powerful and mostly what you're thinking about is what is, then you're sort of squandering your power by staying the same. Things are changing constantly, but they change to the same thing because you've got your attention upon the same things. The general things are usually better for your experience because the specifics that you are focused upon are usually the specifics of what is.